So after the sharing about the platform TikTok, we're now moving on to explore how AI is transforming advertising growth by creating highly interactive creatives that resonate with users without compromising their privacy. And I'd like to invite Mr. HITESH CHAWLA, CEO of SilverPush, and Mr. CARLO VENTOSA, country head of SilverPush in Philippines, Malaysia, and Vietnam, to share with us about this topic, please.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Hitesh, founder of SilverPush. I'm an engineer who happens to be in advertising, who just somehow advertising happened. So whenever we get to talk about engineering, I love talking about such things. And I know you've been here since morning, and I think one keyword which has been spoken about since morning, it's AI. And I don't know, probably you are already having an overdose of AI. And if not, after this session, you surely will feel overdosed. So, if you think about it, AI has been around for like at least last 7-8 years. But this year, or I would say since last year, there's a newfound excitement about AI, especially with coming in of LLMs, large language models, and generative AI. It has brought a new excitement with the potential it offers, with the productivity gains companies or anyone can get out of it. So honestly, it's like disruption is very close, and disruption will happen for sure. How far it is, it's hard to say, but it'll surely happen. So it's good to be, honestly, it's good to be early testers, early adopters, be part of the early journey now for AI. Because if you don't become part of it, then either you'll get disrupted or you will get disrupted. So be part of it. So yeah, we'll start the session. I'll have CARLO, join in. So like I said, I am techie, but he comes from media. He's like a media veteran, and he speaks less techie language. So it'll be good to have him here.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm CARLO. So I'm working with SilverPush, and I look after several markets, including Vietnam. So I wanted to add to what Hitesh has discussed earlier, the current state of AI and where we're heading. But before we discuss our take on how we can improve things that we do, especially in advertising with the use of AI, we wanted to share with you our take on how AI is being utilized in advertising right now. As we stand here, there's a lot of things that we're doing in advertising that requires AI, that uses AI. Some of them helps us out in targeting. Some of them helps us out in budget optimization. And of course, planning forward. So first off is supercharged ad targeting. The most common traditional targeting parameters would be keyword targeting, demographic targeting. But with the emergence of AI, there's a whole slew of targeting options available right now for advertisers and agencies alike. Okay, so we're not limited anymore on demographic targeting. We're not limited anymore on keyword targeting. We can look at the behavior of your audiences, what they have searched for, what they have consumed. And with that, we kind of have an idea on how our audiences are actually consuming different types of content. Currently, that is being done by AI on so many levels. Another thing that we have identified that AI is being utilized by the different agencies, by the different advertisers, is using technology to identify where and what type of investments one needs to make to have optimal presence, especially for your digital campaigns. Lastly, we also look at how your competitors are actually utilizing the different digital space available for them. So there's a whole slew of competitor analysis. There's also a lot of optimization that happens, and optimization that are based on what the industry, what the category, or what the brands are currently doing. This is how we see currently AI is being utilized within the advertising industry. Now, allow us to share some of the things that we feel we can still enhance, especially in the advertising world, using AI. So we are identifying two things right now that I think will be worthwhile as we move forward. Earlier this morning, we heard two speakers talking about how important engagement is. I also heard someone talking about how important trial is. So these two things, with the use of AI, will allow us to improve the way we talk to our consumers, the way we talk to our audiences. First off is hyper-contextualization. While currently, we've seen that AI allows us to do several levels of targeting. So beyond keywords, beyond demographic targeting. I'm sure all of you has browsed several times different content within the open web, only to see ads being served on articles that are totally irrelevant. Okay, so with hyper-contextualization, our view is we'll be able to deliver contextually relevant advertising environments. Just like on this screen right now. While the article would be talking about dates, the ads that is being served is entirely different. One would be a dating app, when in fact, the proper ad should be along the lines of a raisin. And it's not unique to this. I'm sure you've seen car ads being served in articles that talks about an entirely different thing. Okay? So apart from that problem within the open web, there's different options that the current advertisers, current agencies are doing. We'd like to share with you our take on how we do advanced targeting within the open web. Right now, the most basic thing is, of course, looking at the domain, channel subdomain, and keywords. And from there, we potentially identify brand-suitable environments within the open web. Now, with SilverPush, what we do is we take it a step further. Using the technology of natural language processing, we also look at the content of the different web pages. So we analyze semantics, we analyze sentiments, even emotive tone. So with that, what we're able to do is we make further optimization on where your ads are actually served into. There will be web pages that would have different videos, different pictures. With our contextual detection capability, we're able to ensure that your ads are served into brand-suitable video environments or brand-suitable environments per se. And that's not limited to the open web. We can take it to video as well. So with video, we're able to drill down the hyper-context from fashion shopping, blogs, semantics, and even brand safety. Once we have identified those, we're able to serve contextually relevant ads in contents that are relevant to either the brand or the campaign communication. Brand safety, especially for Vietnam, is something that's very big. Now, normally, the way to attack brand safety is to identify content or words that might be detrimental to a certain campaign. But there are words that would have multiple meanings. Just like in this example, when you say shoot, most of the time, we think of something negative, we think of something that's unsafe. But in reality, when you do brand safety using AI, you're still left with other inventories that are still relevant for different brands. Like say, for example, sports apparel. Shoot is a word being used across different articles relating to sports. It can be in photography, movies, etc., etc. So with the AI, we feel that there's more and enough opportunity to ensure that brand safety and brand suitability would be working together. Now we move on to the next part of how we feel AI can help. And this is what I was referencing to. Earlier in the day, our friends from Mondelez, if I'm not mistaken, talked about the importance of engagement. Now with the AI, there's a whole slew of opportunity for us to identify different types of creatives. We saw earlier how we are utilizing AI to do contextual targeting. So what's the next step? Making sure that the right creative is served into brand safe and brand suitable environment. So with AI, we're no longer stuck with just generic creatives. We can have a different creative for different type of inventories. AI can generate for us text and headlines, social posts, even your run-of-the-mill photo shoots can be customizable based on the content your ads will be served into. And what does it mean, especially for advertisers? You can multiply your creatives with the use of AI. Most of the times, advertisers would be left with, say for example, a single video creative and a single display asset. Now with AI identifying where it will be served, we're able to produce different types of assets that will be more engaging compared to your generic assets. Imagine being able to serve your generic video asset with different overlays that allows your audiences to interact with them. Those are the opportunities that we in SilverPush has been doing to ensure that your creatives, that your assets will be more engaging than the usual. One of which is overlaying, say for example, a chatbot on top of your generic video. As we move forward in the presentation, we'll be sharing with you how we brought to life this specific execution and delivered success for one of our clients. Apart from chatbots, delivering engagement, we can also use augmented reality. There's a lot of opportunity for us to highlight brand USPs and highlight as well the different technologies readily available right now. And what we've seen is doing a lot of things that provides engagement for your audiences actually delivers better interaction. We can do interactive ads that drive results, from gamified execution to highlighting different SKUs. The possibilities are practically endless, and it all depends on your brief. This is how we see AI improving creative optimization. Number one is using AI to identify what type of assets might be relevant for different campaign objective, what type of assets might be relevant for different types of products or target audiences. After that, we identify what type of ad formats would work across different types of digital platforms. May it be in the open web, may it be in other digital platforms. Lastly, we look at, of course, the results. We're able to identify how your campaigns are performing, both on the traditional media metrics, and more importantly, by doing engaging ads within digital, we're able to identify how your audiences are engaging with those digital assets. So those are learnings that you can gain beyond the usual media metrics. What type of SKUs they are clicking, and how long they are actually interacting with the gamified execution. And with ads, the campaigns that we've run, we've seen a stark increase in terms of performance, in terms of ad recall and brand attribution, compared to the usual digital assets that are being currently utilized. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be sharing with you one execution on how a chatbot execution was utilized by one of our recent campaigns. And the result speaks for itself. You see how viewability, engagement rate, and leads have been delivered, and this is how it was implemented.
Do you remember the questions you had when you bought your current car? The driving force would undoubtedly be features, but do you also remember the hustle you went through to get those details? The automotive industry is a competitive landscape where brands spend millions on advertising to drive users to their doorstep. However, traditional video ads lack engagement. The dry and uninspired representation of features ignites a spark of curiosity, but does it solve it? Audi, a luxury segment brand in the automobile industry, faced a similar challenge for the launch of their new electric wonder. They wanted to opt for a conversational automation strategy to drive customer engagement. Audi partnered with SilverPush to leverage their advanced dynamic video optimization solution. Crafters. Automobile consumers spend approximately 14 hours on online research, visiting an average of 4.2 websites before making a decision. Crafters, an interactive chatbot, streamlined user research, promptly addressing consumer queries in real time for faster decision-making. And the results were amazing. Audi received an outstanding response. The most tapped interaction across car features was charging. The overall engagement rate soared to 9.2%, with a click-through rate of 2.56%. Moreover, the campaign answered over 2 locked queries and achieved an impressive 86% viewability. The EV revolution is here, and Audi is leading the way with the e-tron.
So that's just one of the executions that we've done using AI, both to ensure that we're able to do hyper-targeting and deliver the right type of creative asset in the right type of advertising environment. So there's actually a lot more that we can share with you, but in the interest of time, we'll be wrapping up this presentation, but we'll be more than happy to share with you the different types of execution, the different types of case studies that we've done across different brands, different markets, different industries. So if you're interested in AI, it's time to seize it and connect with SilverPush.